Today on the Viral Report, we're talking Chris Matthews.
Let me start with my headline tonight.
And Azriel Clary.
I'm so tired of motherfucking paying me to my ex. Don't be playing with the girl. You know that I'm up next. Anything I say, you better know that I ain't got to flex. A lot of won't like me.
Let's go. Hello there, you beautiful faces. Welcome to the Viral Report. I'm Lamar. All right, so today in No One Cares news. Alright, so if you enjoy watching Hardball with Chris Matthews, well, say goodbye because the show is no more after the Me Too or Time's Up movement came for that ass and placed him in the same sexual harassment bar with the rest of his freaky journalist colleagues. Chris announced his resignation in March of this year after hosting the Hardball show for 20 years.
Let me start with my headline tonight. I'm retiring. This is the last Hardball on msnbc, and obviously, this isn't for lack of interest in politics. As you can tell, I've loved every minute of my 20 years as host of Hardball. Every morning I read the papers and I'm gung-ho to get to work. Not many people have had this privilege. I love working with my producers and the discussions we have over how to report the news. And I love having this connection with you, the good people who watch. I've learned who you are, bumping into you on the sidewalk or waiting at an airport and saying hello. You're like me. I hear it from your kids and grandchildren who say, my dad loves you, or my grandmother loves you, or my husband watched it till the end. Well, after a conversation with MSNBC, I decided tonight will be my last Hardball, so let me tell you why. The younger generations out there are ready to take the reins. We see them in politics, in the media, in fighting for their causes. They are improving the workplace. We're talking here about better standards than we grew up with. Fair standards. A lot of it has to do with how we talk to each other. Compliments on a woman's appearance that some men, including me, might have once incorrectly thought were okay. We're never okay. Not then and certainly not today. And for making such comments in the past, I'm sorry. I'm very proud of the work I've done here. Long before I went on television, I worked for years in politics, was a newspaper columnist, an author. I'm working on another book. I'll continue to write and talk about politics and cheer on my producers and crew here in Washington and New York and my MSNBC colleagues. They will continue to produce great journalism in the years ahead. And for those of you who have gotten into the habit of watching Hardball every night, I hope you're going to miss me because I'm going to miss you. But remembering Humphrey Bogart and Casablanca, we'll always have Hardball. So let's not say goodbye, but till we meet again.
And I'm willing to bet that he only retired because he was about to be fired. And I'm also betting that his connection with the higher-ups afforded Chris Matthews the choice to bow out by resigning or face being fired and shamefully plastered all over the news. If you're unfamiliar with what's going on, in February of 2020, a journalist named Laura Bassett came out and accused Chris Matthews of making inappropriate comments to her back in 2016 while she and Chris Matthews was in the makeup room of his show Getting Groomed to go on air. In a column in the GQ magazine, Laura revealed that Matthews made her feel uncomfortable after he inappropriately flirted with her while in the makeup room. Laura said, right before I had to go on his show and talk about sexual assault allegations against Donald Trump, Matthews looked over at me in the makeup chair next to him and he said, why haven't I fallen in love with you yet? She continued, when I laughed nervously and said nothing, he followed up to the makeup artist saying, keep putting makeup on her. I'll fall in love with her. Laura went on to describe another uncomfortable situation with Chris Matthews while she was on his show when he was complimenting her on a red dress that she was wearing and asked if she was going out following his show. And he said to the makeup artist, make sure you wipe this off her face after the show. We don't make her up so some guy at a bar can look at her this way. After Laura came out with her accusations, that's when Chris Matthews immediately announced his resignation from his Hardball show. Now, I do have to give Chris Matthews 2 thumbs up for not lying and owning up to the accusations as truth. As a married man, he definitely shouldn't have been making comments like that and telling the makeup artist to remove her makeup because his show doesn't make Laura up so some guy at a bar can look at her all glamorously was just uncalled for. Now, Hardball fans were not happy with Laura Bassett and they called her out for lying, so much so that she ended up posting a tweet addressing the accusations from fans of the show. The tweet directed those who were accusing her of lying to a recent article from Vanity Fair where Chris Matthews admitted to her accusations as correct. Do I feel sorry for Chris? No. The man makes $5 million a year from the show, so he'll be fine. I'm sure he'll start a podcast or something of that nature to continue covering politics, and his fan base will navigate to any platform that Chris Matthews go to. Alright, so I'm done with this story. Let's move on to Azriel Clary. When we last reported on Azriel Clary, we talked about her social media antics and her bringing her little pissy ass over here to YouTube to start a channel. Well, she's still making sure the world remembers her name, her pissy talents, and her time with the former king of R&B, especially on Instagram.
Look, bitch, I'm naturally stepping out like a masterpiece. Treat him like a fantasy. He's looking me up on the balcony. Must I know that he gotta leave? He better be happy he's while I'm asleep. Tired of these niggas being fake. That's why I need a nigga that's gonna treat me like take somebody that's gonna win the race.
For those of you who haven't been keeping up with Azriel Clary, she recently took to her YouTube channel to say as part of her healing process, she's ready to talk about her 5-year experience with R. Kelly. And she asked her fans to post their comments below her video that she recently did on her YouTube channel. She even said that she's willing to talk about she and the other girls eating feces. Take a look at what Azriel had to say, and I'll wrap up the video with the rest of my commentary.
Oh my god. You can sit in my chair. You gotta go. So today is Saturday the 25th of April. I have been, for those of you who don't know, yes, I have been in therapy. And a big part of healing is being able to talk. So, okay. So a big part of being able to heal is talking, okay? And so I am going to tell you guys everything that I have experienced, everything that I have seen, everything that I have endured during these last 5 years. Now, my purpose to tell you guys this is not to boast, it's not to degrade, it's not to make anybody look bad or tell someone else's secrets or whatever. But it is just for me to be able to heal, for me to be able to move on past this. This is personally how I choose to heal. Some people choose to write, some people choose to dance, some people choose to sing, and I do all of those things to heal. But it's different being able to be vocal, you know. I'm a person that likes to suppress my feelings a lot. So I do suppress a lot of what I feel. I hide it and tuck it and just try to avoid it. And suppressing is not a good coping mechanism, which I have learned. I am super excited to just heal and to grow as a young woman. Once I do this, I kid you not, I will be done with this forever. My goal is to not make money off of someone's name. So, with that being said, you guys can feel free to ask me whatever you want in the comments section. You can ask me whatever it is that you guys want. Nothing is off limits, and as I tell this story, your questions will be answered in the midst of it. Me personally, I just would like to clear up a lot of stuff. There is a lot of lies out there. There is a lot of people like Tasha K and bloggers that are just, they have a portion of the truth and now they're just plugging in anything to fill in the holes and the gaps. And no offense to any other YouTuber out there, I support how you have to get your coin, whatever, bada boom, bada bing, but you cannot poke holes and fill in your theory for my story when you have not witnessed it, when you have not been there. You were not there at all. You have no idea what I've endured. So you can't, basically you can't play detective if you're not a fucking detective, point blank period. You're not a detective and you don't know my life better than me. So I'm so tired of people just assuming and taking one part of the truth and making it into something completely different. As you can see, I'm 22, like, a bitch got bags. I don't need bags at 22. Like, what the hell? Like, what the heck is going on? Like, I will talk about everybody. To manipulation, to our everyday routine, to our lives, to our houses, to the studio, to everything. I will tell you guys everything. I will tell you guys how he thought and how he maneuvered. I will tell you guys how he was manipulative, and you guys will start to see it on your own as I tell the story, the depths of lies and the depth that he would go to make a lie believable. And as I said, I'm not mentioning this to degrade anyone. I'm not mentioning this to put out anyone's secrets. But if this is a way for me to heal, and if this is a way to grow from this and become a better woman from this, if this is what it takes me, then I'm gonna fucking do it. Because I'm not gonna sit here and be miserable and be dwelling on something when I know I have the power to change it. And I know a lot of people are gonna ask me, you know, how can you do that? Do you still love him? Blah, 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 blah. How could you, you know, say all this man's dirty laundry and blah, 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 blah. And truthfully, I just feel like this man is in his 50s, okay? And I am not the first person that this man has done this to, okay? This is something that has been happening since the 90s. This is something that has been happening since way before Aaliyah. Aaliyah was not his first victim. She was not the first minor that he was with. And I feel like someone who had millions and millions and millions of dollars, if he really knew, if he really, really wanted to change, he would have spent millions and millions and millions of dollars on therapists and on getting help and on, you know, psychologists and all kinds of stuff like that. But instead, he spent his money on getting more girlfriends and supporting more girlfriends and wooing more women. You know, he had a personal trainer for his fitness. He had a personal dentist. He had a personal doctor. So it would have been nothing for this man to get a personal therapist, especially once he realized that he had a problem. And he did realize that he had a problem, in which we'll get to. No matter how much you want to love somebody, no matter how much you feel sorry for somebody, once that person knows and they continue to do wrong and they don't try to better themselves, whatever situation they get themselves into, it is their fault. And for a long time, he made me feel like when this whole cult thing came out, he definitely did make me and Joy feel like it was our fault because it was our parents that was being the most vocal about it. And it's like, no. This is shit that you've been doing before I was a fucking thought of, okay? And it's just now coming to bite you in the ass, truthfully. He would definitely, you know, be very stern on us on, you know, how to be and be angry, and when you get on the phone with them you better be like this, like, you know, just riling us up. And being so young, it was easy for him to do that. So yeah, I am going to tell you guys every single little thing that I have ever gone through, and I hope you guys are ready. I have put so much thought into this because it's not something that I personally want to do. Like, I've already been so humiliated and embarrassed that why would I want to humiliate myself even more? But if me humiliating myself helps someone else realize that, damn, I'm in the same relationship, I'm in the same situation, like, if my humiliation helps someone else get out of something toxic, if my humiliation helps someone else realize that, okay, these are red flags, this guy that I'm dating, he's doing the same thing, I need to get out of this, then I will be fucking humiliated if I can help someone else out. Because what I went through and what I experienced was just degrading, it was embarrassing, and it was humiliating. And I would never want anyone else to go through that. I would never want any other young woman to think that that is what love was, because at 17 I thought this is what love was. I thought this is what it was being with a celebrity. You know, there's rules, there's restrictions, they're stern, they have money, they move a certain way. And in reality, that is not what being with a celebrity is like. That's just because he was sick. I still battle a lot, like I still do battle a lot. Like sometimes I will wake up and I will feel guilty when I don't like have on sweats or something baggy. Like I will feel like I'm doing something wrong, or like I'm breaking a rule, or like I'm betraying him for not wearing sweats. Like still to this day, I have to remember, like, I don't have to knock. I don't have to wear sweats. I can wear a skirt if I want to wear a skirt. I can wear a dress if I want to wear a dress. I can wear a bathing suit if I want to wear a bathing suit. Like, it's not a crime for me to be confident in my skin and for me to be sexy or feel sexy. Like, that is not a crime, especially for a victim. It is actually empowering for a victim to find that strength and to find that confidence and to be able to love yourself again. I still have a lot of grief. I have a lot of disappointment. I have a lot of shoulda, coulda, wouldas in me. And I just have to learn to love myself. I have to learn that it's okay and that I did nothing wrong, and that you live and you learn, you know, you live and you fucking learn. So I am beyond ready to move past this. Like I said, once I do this and once I bury this, I am going to bury it. Put a lock on it, throw away the key. Like, I'm done with it. Any questions, any allegations, anything that you guys can think of, please comment and I will answer it. From myself to everyone that I have been around, I will answer any question that I can. From girlfriends that I've lived with, from assistants, from flings that come in and out of the city randomly, from security, from his business people that he worked with, from family, from anybody that I can think of. I will share it with you guys. I am going to basically take you guys through everything that happened. You guys will be a fly on the wall as I tell the story of me being 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and up until now. And you guys are going to experience it all. So I'm going to tell you guys my truth fully from the beginning. I'm going to talk about abuse. We're going to talk about being left in rooms. We're going to talk about pissing in cups. We're going to talk about every fucking thing. We're going to talk about it all, guys. Robert was not the first celebrity I met, okay? He was not the first celebrity that I met. Once I met Rob at 17, he was the first to take advantage of me. He was the first to prey on me. And that's the difference. I am super, super excited to just get this out of my system, because this is like a weight over my shoulder that I think to myself that not talking about it will just make it go away. But in a sense, not talking about it does make it go away, but it doesn't help me heal. And I need to heal. So yeah, I love you guys. I love all my beautiful jewels. You guys are like jewels to me. I love you guys so much.
Alright, so y'all just seen what Az had to say and what her fans wanted to know. Now I want to know, what do you think? What do you think of Laura Bassett coming forward and telling her 2016 encounter with Chris Matthews 3 years later? I think this was something that could have been addressed sooner than 3 years later. What do you all think of Chris Matthews not deflecting and owning up to the accusations? Will you be tuning in to Azriel's 5-part Trapped in the Closet special here on YouTube? What do you think of her possibly addressing fans' questions around her 5-year experiences with R. Kelly? She says she's not even trying to gain money from telling the truth, but we'll see if she have those ads running on those upcoming tell-all videos. So go ahead, let me know your thoughts below. I love you for watching this video. Peace.
The viral report. You
Pop these niggas like
who the
didn't do it.
Man, we about to get this party started. If you made it this far in the video, do me a favor, hit that subscribe, like, and that notification bell. It ain't a party until you subscribe. I love you for watching, and I'll see that beautiful face in the next one. Peace.